in the world is going on with my labs? And this body is driving me mad. I'm grateful for it, but come on. Good evening. So I was supposed to get my phlebotomy this last week. I don't remember which day. I do know today is Friday, and I'll get to that in a little bit. So maybe Tuesday was my phlebotomy. I don't know what day. Anyway, someday was my phlebotomy. I think it was Tuesday. I went in there, and of course I was very particular. They have a mask only policy. I went in there, didn't have one, and they're like, here, take a mask. I wore my gloves. I was very, 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 very safe, secure, and very, everything. Got my labs, went down to it's the chemo center. There's a lot of older people. I'm usually the youngest in the room. It's good in a way because you don't want younger people. You don't want older people there either, but it's awkward. I've had people go in front of me in line as if I wasn't supposed to be there. And I'm like, no, I'm in line. So that aside, anyway, so I was there, and there were a lot of older people. They were doing the check, have you had any contact with someone with COVID, blah, 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 did the whole thing. So I felt really relieved knowing that I had had the test and that I wasn't going to get anyone sick because we were super insanely careful. And there are a lot of older people. So what I did is I made sure I stood up, and this is kind of a hint to younger people right now. I made sure I stood up because when people are older and they go in, they're going to have to sit in seats, or you want them to at least. And you don't want to be the one blocking them from having a place to sit because they have to sit so far apart. So anyhow, what I did is I stood there and I dodged everyone. Waited for a long time to get my labs. And the best news ever. The lady comes out, she goes, hey, Tara Lee. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, you don't need it today. And I'm like, what? Mind you, because of this COVID thing, we're all staying a very good distance from each other. And she just kind of shouted. I'm like, what? And she's like, your hematocrit's 41. And I was like, whoa. And I busted. I was like, bye. So as I'm super excited, I go out into the waiting room, the security officer, chit chat, then the breakfast guy. I got a few things for breakfast to bring home. I mean, I get freaking excited about this stuff. I know. And the guy in the security guard, he's like, you seem like you got some of the best news ever. I'm like, I did. And I'm dancing around, and he's looking at me like, but he has no idea, I am so sick of this stuff, right? So anyway, he was very kind. My husband comes and picks me up. So as he does, I actually write a message to my doctor saying, hey, I didn't need the phlebotomy. That's good news. Can you release the labs? And do I need to do the injection this Thursday? So lucky enough, she wrote back pretty quickly actually and released my test for me. The note said, yes, you will be doing your interferon this Thursday again. It'll be every 2 weeks at 45. I'll check in later, and here is your test result. Sounds easy and simple. It's fantastic. Went home and I was checking those test results because I wanted to make sure everything lined up, because it just seemed so odd to have this phlebotomy and then this, and then just that didn't make sense. So I looked, and it actually looked like most things that were going to be that way were kind of lining up. Just seems like I had a glitch in the system. I don't know. I'm actually going to post some of my numbers. And Fishman Dan, for your comment, I'm replying right now. We were in India. I have it written down for you. You'll see. I'll put it over here. So in summary, more or less, my labs are still off. Oh, and the breathing thing. I am just going to have to chalk it up to something in the blood. I know those eosinophils or whatever that were higher this last time, they indicate something going on with breathing. I can't remember what it was, but I did look it up. So maybe that's it. Who knows? My thoughts always are I trust my body and how I feel versus always the tests. But ironically, I say, hey, I'm having a hard time breathing and something's going on. It's different. And then I get a test a week, a little bit later, later that week or week later, whatever it was. And it says, oh, hey, this one blood count is off. Oh, and by the way, that affects your breathing. It's completely random and weird. And this whole gaining weight and my hormones, I don't know. Okay, there's my summary. Wishing you all the best and health and happiness. Take care.